you in a while. So in this video I'm going to talk about hair growth after chemo and what I did to kind of help my body produce hair. I'll also show you some images kind of faded into each other of weekly pictures that I took of my hair growth. I was really surprised to see my hair growing as early as the 4th week. So yeah, it was like 4 weeks and a couple of days, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, gosh, it looks like I have a little 5 o'clock shadow on my head. And I noticed it a little bit with my eyebrows too, and I thought that must be hair follicles. And it was, because a couple days later I had a couple hairs coming through, and I had like very sparse but very short growth at 4.5 weeks. And then I just took a picture every week. And it grew in mostly at the crown first, which, you know, as a spiritual person, I find that interesting, because this is, you know, we'd say this is your connection, your direct plug-in to God. So I thought that was interesting. And then it grew in thicker there than anywhere else, and then it sort of filled in, and it still is like thinner right here than, say, around the back, and the very bottom of the back is a little thinner. And I did already cut my hair once. I did it myself because it was really just to like get it off my ears and just kind of even out the sides. The top I haven't done anything with. It just lays down right now. Some questions people have are, did your hair come in differently than before? My hair was thick already. I can't say that it's a lot thicker, but it might be a little thicker, meaning having more hairs. It seemed like it was going to curl, like a little more curl than usual, like maybe even a tight curl almost. But now it just seems like it's probably just going to be wavy, which it was kind of wavy before. So, but my kids say, my son says it feels like kitten fur because it's really, really, really soft, very soft. And even though that softness is kind of going away, it still is much softer than before my hair loss. So what did I do to help my body grow hair? So first of all, I may have started growing hair at 4.5 weeks with or without this process, because there are people who at about a month after do grow hair. Some people don't see hair for longer. I really wasn't expecting to see any hair follicles at 4 weeks. I was pleasantly surprised, of course. Right after my last chemo, I really didn't change too much. I let myself go through what I considered my cycle because I knew what to expect, and I didn't want to disrupt what I knew, what I was familiar with. Like, better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. So I didn't add or change anything until 3 weeks. And around the 3-week mark, maybe a little ahead of that, I started taking spirulina, chlorella, and chlorophyll. And the chlorophyll product is called chloroxygen. It's affordable and it's good. It tastes good and it's easy to use. You just drop it in your water. And I took basically 3 doses of those a day. Not all of them, but combined. So spirulina is not fun for me to take. I wouldn't say that I'm going out of my way enjoying it. I wasn't using any smoothies or anything cold at the time, so I was just mixing it with room temperature water. Chlorella was a tablet that was easy to take. So what I would do basically is get the spirulina out of the way in the morning, and then use chloroxygen a couple times during the day, and then at night I would take a dose of chlorella, was what I usually did. Some days it was just, I didn't feel like doing the spirulina, so I would do chloroxygen throughout the day, and then chlorella at the end. The other thing I did was eat a lot of greens, every meal pretty much. So I didn't always have a significant breakfast or maybe a significant lunch. One or the other would be, you know, qualify as what I would call a meal rather than a snack. And so either at breakfast or lunch, and then at dinner, I had a significant serving of greens. And for a while there, I didn't eat too much meat, just a little bit here and there, and I had rice with greens basically twice a day. It was easy because I could just cook both of them in the steamer at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I felt better. Of course, I wasn't putting chemo in my body anymore. But yeah, I had hair growth at 4.5 weeks. Because the chemo's hot, it's also drying. So it steals fluids from your body. And that's part of why we all look so old when we're getting chemo. And when chemo's over, people are like, wow, you look a lot better. They might not say it during, but they can see that you don't feel good. I've had several people that I've seen that haven't seen me since the middle of chemo, and they're like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I feel a lot better. They're like, you look a lot better. And I'm like, I know, I really didn't look good. I do feel like I look younger now. And so my last chemo was December 10th. So January, February, March. So we're almost at 4 months after my last chemo. And I do feel a lot better. And I feel like I look better. I've actually lost 25 pounds. I didn't lose any weight due to chemo or cancer. I have lost weight because I changed my diet drastically. There is something else that I did for my hair. And I put this topical oil on. It's just called hair growth oil. Chrissy ordered it from an Etsy seller. And comes with like lots of herbs inside. Now it was full of oil and the herbs were just down here. So this makes it look like it would have been full, but it wasn't. It was mostly oil. And I was like, you know what? Why not give my body the chance, on the local level to get what it needs externally. But in truth, in my opinion, it's the internal changes that you make. The food you put in your body is more crucial than what you put on your body as far as stimulation and growth of hair goes. So I would just rub that on twice a day, most days, and on my eyebrows. And, I can't say how much that did, but I'm going to say that it helped because it would stimulate blood to go to that area. It provides nourishment to the local hair follicles as well. Woke up, but I want to trim my hair today, and it's not very long, but it's growing onto my ears and shaggy looking in some places because it doesn't all grow at the same speed. So I'll bring you in and show you what I'm doing with that. It's my first haircut since chemo. Good morning, Eleanor.
Hey.
How are you, Babs?
Good.
Did you wake up happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go in the bathroom. You want to come with me? I'm going to cut my hair. Thank you for watching. I love you. May your life be wonderful.